It was the kind of news that stops you in your tracks. Ryan Melcher, the only grandson of Doris Day, didn't get a private phone call, a letter, or even a whisper in the wind. Instead, he learned of his grandmother's passing the same way the rest of the world did, through a Facebook post. A woman who once sang about secret love had been guarding secrets of her own. A manager who kept family at bay, a $22 million deception, and a life carefully hidden behind the walls of her Carmel estate. And now, for the first time, Ryan is breaking his silence about the grandmother America thought they knew. Before she was Hollywood's golden girl, Doris Day was Doris Mary Ann Kappelhoff, born April 3, 1922, in Cincinnati, Ohio. The bright-eyed daughter of a music teacher and a homemaker, her early years were shaped by tragedy. A brother she never got to meet, a painful divorce that shattered her home, and a childhood spent navigating the harsh realities of the Great Depression. But even then, she stood out, fierce, determined, and unstoppable. At just 12 years old, she won a contest by standing on her hands for over 3 hours, earning free dance lessons. A simple moment, but a glimpse into the resilience that would define her. She had her heart set on dancing professionally, but fate had other plans. At 14, just before a trip to Hollywood that could have changed everything, disaster struck. A train slammed into the car she was in, shattering her leg, shattering her dreams. Doctors feared they might have to amputate, and for over a year, she couldn't walk. But while her body healed, her voice soared. She found solace in music, singing along to the smooth, soulful notes of Ella Fitzgerald. Her mother took notice, found her a teacher, and just like that, a new path emerged. At 15, Doris started singing professionally, earning $5 a night in a small Chinese restaurant. Then came the night that changed it all. While performing in a nightclub, she caught the attention of bandleader Barney Rapp, who had been searching for a female vocalist. The only problem? She was too young to work in clubs that served alcohol, so she did what any determined young girl would do. She lied about her age, claiming to be 18. It was a risk, but it paid off. And soon, she would shed her real name for something catchier, something marketable. Inspired by her rendition of Day After Day, Barney suggested the name Doris Day. She thought it was too flashy. The world would soon disagree, but for all the glamour that followed, Doris's journey was filled with heartbreak. In 1941, while touring with Les Brown's band, she received devastating news. Her brother Paul had died in a car accident. That very night, she took the stage, her voice laced with sorrow, leaving the audience in tears. This was her gift, her curse, the ability to pour her pain into music, making the world feel it with her. And then came the song that almost never was. Sentimental Journey, a track Les Brown initially dismissed as too old-fashioned, became a defining moment. Doris fought for it, and when they finally recorded it in 1945, the song exploded. It sold over 1 million copies and became an anthem for returning soldiers. The kicker? She had a cold during the recording, and that husky emotional tone that fans adored. It was pure accident. Success followed, but so did control. In 1947, she signed a 7-year deal with Columbia Records worth $1 million. But from the start, she refused to be a puppet. When her label pushed outdated songs on her, she fought back, demanding to record what she believed in. And she was right. It's Magic became a chart-topping sensation, recorded in a single take, earning her an Oscar nomination and proving she wasn't just a pretty face with a microphone, she was a force. Then came Secret Love, a song she loathed at first. Too sentimental, too cheesy. She didn't want to do it, but after some late-night persuasion and a bottle of champagne, she gave in. The morning of the recording, she arrived at the studio exhausted, shaken from a fight with her husband. She channeled every bit of that raw emotion into the song. When she finished, there was silence. The orchestra was in tears. The sound engineer couldn't speak. The performance was so powerful. Columbia Records released it as is, untouched. It dominated the charts for 19 weeks, sold over 4 million copies, won an Oscar, and later became an unexpected anthem for the LGBTQ+ community. And yet, despite its success, Doris refused to perform it live. Stage fright, she claimed. Hollywood whispered otherwise. The truth hit like a thunderclap. Doris Day, the woman who had once been the highest-paid actress in Hollywood, had been left with nothing. Her manager, who had handled her finances for decades, had drained her fortune right under her nose. $22 million. Gone. Stolen. Her life's work, her security, her peace of mind vanished overnight. And the worst part, she only found out after he died. No confrontation, no justice, just the cold, brutal realization that the person she trusted most had betrayed her beyond repair. But here's where the story takes a turn no one saw coming. Instead of crumbling under the weight of the deception, Doris did what she had always done. She fought back, she sued, she won. And at 50 years old, she started over. She never intended to do television, but with debts looming and no financial cushion, she took a leap into the unknown. The Doris Day Show wasn't just a career revival, it was a declaration. She wasn't done, not even close. Yet Hollywood, for all its glitz, is ruthless. Fame is fickle. One moment, you're the darling of the silver screen. The next, you're a relic of the past. But Doris never played by those rules. When the spotlight dimmed, she found a new purpose. She walked away from the industry that had defined her and dedicated herself to something far greater, saving animals. Her Doris Day Animal Foundation became her new legacy, her true passion. In the end, she didn't just change Hollywood, she changed lives, both human and otherwise. But here's the twist. Even in her final years, secrets still clung to her story. Why was her grandson, Ryan Melcher, kept away from her? What really happened behind the doors of her Carmel estate? The world may never know the full truth. But what we do know is this. Doris Day was more than a Hollywood legend. She was a survivor, a fighter, a woman who turned heartbreak into triumph time and time again. And even in the face of betrayal, she refused to be anything less than extraordinary. Her story isn't just a sentimental journey, it's a testament to resilience. And as the world looks back on her legacy, one thing is certain: Doris Day's voice will never fade. It lingers in the echoes of old records, in the laughter of classic films, in the lives of the animals she saved, and maybe, just maybe, in the secrets still waiting to be uncovered. But Doris wasn't the only Hollywood icon to face financial ruin and personal betrayal. Many stars before and after her have suffered the same fate, cheated by those they trusted the most. Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley, Judy Garland, all legends who lived in the public eye but battled private demons. Doris's story is a reminder that fame is no shield against heartbreak. Even in her later years, whispers of unanswered questions lingered. Some say she regretted leaving Hollywood so abruptly. Others claim she found true peace away from the cameras. What's undeniable is her impact. The Hollywood she once ruled evolved, but her influence never waned. Decades after she walked away, her name still commands respect. Her music still brings comfort. Her films still charm new generations. And the irony? The woman who once feared performing live left behind a legacy that feels more alive than ever. Even now, her voice, soft yet powerful, echoes through time, reminding us that true stars never truly fade. Doris Day didn't just survive Hollywood, she transcended it. And in the end, her story is more than just a Hollywood tale, it's an anthem for those who refuse to let life's tragedies define them.